Hey, what's up, guys? I have been working with my guitar lessons lately, so I haven't got a good chance to post a video that I wanted to do really with a lot of eagerness. So here I am, and here I am with the topic. Nonetheless, let me start with today's video topic. So today's video is going to be about the Article 498A of the Indian Penal Code. This is an article that has been written in the Indian Constitution, which means it is a law backed by the judicial background. This law has been misused by women the same way women have been falsely accusing Indian men in rape cases. But the difference is that in this case, married women are involved who have the power of not only accusing the man or husband, but his whole family for domestic violence or sexual assault. There is one more thing called marital rape in India, which means if a man wants to have sex with his wife and the wife rejects to do so, then she could file a complaint that her husband had actually raped her or is harassing her domestically or abusing her. I mean, this is ridiculous, isn't it? Let's understand the Article 498A of the Indian Constitution in a more detailed way, and after that, let's discuss about the real life cases in which a man and his family have been ripped off from a respectful and good life. So I will link a website which has been dedicated to this topic, and I will read a bit from it so you get a clear idea of what I'm talking about. The question is, how is an Indian man, married of course, is at risk, and why this law is dangerous to the society? So here we go. Your wife or daughter-in-law whose demands are not met can make a false complaint of dowry, which means the husband is asking her family for money. So a false complaint of dowry harassment to a nearby police station. The husband and his old parents and relatives are immediately arrested without sufficient investigation and put behind bars on a non-bailable term. Even if the complaint is false, you shall be presumed guilty unless you prove that you are innocent. 498A can only be invoked by wife, daughter-in-law, or her relative. So that means a man doesn't have any power in this case, especially the husband. Most cases where Section 498 is invoked turns out to be false, and this is repeatedly accepted by the High Courts and Supreme Court of India, as they are mere blackmail attempts by the wife. When faced with strained marriage. In most cases, 498A complaint is followed by the demand of huge amounts of extortion money to settle the case out of the court. This section is non-bailable and complaint once filed cannot be withdrawn. There have been countless incidents where without any investigation the police have arrested elderly parents, unmarried sisters, pregnant sister-in-laws, and even 3-year-old children have been arrested. In these cases, unsuspecting family of husband has to go through a lot of mental torture and harassment from the corrupt Indian legal system. The typical case goes on for 5 to 7 years minimum, and the rate of conviction is about 2%. So that's almost 0%. That means every case, every 498A complaint is filed is false. That is what the reality is. Some accused parents, sisters, and even husbands have committed suicide after the time that they have spent in jail. So this is the situation, my boys. And this is just an overview of this article 498A. Now let's dig deep and let me illustrate the real life example to you. This is a case from Mumbai, where I live. So the man says, and I quote, "In the year 2000, my wife says that I am not handsome and she is not satisfied in sex with me. She married me only because her brothers forced her to marry into marriage. My wife charged me with complaint of 498A in the police station. I lost the case and the judge gave me 1 year of imprisonment. Then I applied in the higher court where I compromised and settled the issue. Now in 2004, I am still living with my wife, but this time at her parents' residence. And again, my wife is doing the same things, shouting at me, abusing me, and in some cases even hitting me, and doing all kinds of violent stuff. She's taking all my salary, and I have just become a workhorse for her and her family. My wife's mother, that means my mother-in-law, has also been blackmailing me and telling me that if I don't act according to what they say, then they will again drag me to the courts. My life is almost ruined and I don't know any way how to get out of this. Please help me." So these are the words of a man from Mumbai, and there have been thousands of such cases in India since a decade now. The situation is so worse that whenever such topics are being discussed in the public, which is a taboo in India, so the man has to suffer alone and there is no one to help him. If a man goes to other people for asking help, then he is not considered a manly person, because a man has always been taught to fight on his own. A man has been told, stop being a girl from his childhood. Whenever a man wishes to cry, he cannot cry because of all these circumstances. If a woman cries in public, 100 hands will come to wipe off her tears. On the other hand, if a man is found crying in public, you know what will happen. No one is going to look at this guy, and you would even be considered a second, third, or fourth grade citizen who has zero to no value in the society. So when women accuse men of being privileged and all kinds of stuff, I feel really angry and boast about it. But the thing is, the day I discovered about MGTOW is the day when my life changed and I thought of going my own way and discovering things in the way I feel I should live my life. And when all this is going on, let women do their thing. Because when you just get out of the traffic, you should not worry what's going on in there. So let the blue pills engage with women. Let them be dragged to courts. Let them get falsely accused of rapes by other women. And let all this shit happen to them. Men going their own way should focus mostly on their personal lives and look to pursue their dreams to succeed. This is why MGTOW is one of my favorite concepts that I've discovered in my lifetime, and I plan to stick to this for the rest of my life. That's all for now, guys. I hope I was able to share with you some important insights about India. Do let me know what are your opinions on this subject in the comments down below. That's all for now. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.